You just couldn't get enough of America's Got Talent. Here we are, we're back for the champions, right?
Do you know what? It has gone so quickly, because I mean, the final felt like yesterday. Now we're talking about this new one. I mean, it is exciting because you are sort of diving slightly into the unknown. But bearing in mind the show's been on for so many years here and obviously so many countries around the world, it was just too irresistible not to do a champions show.
Was this spinoff your idea?
Well, I wouldn't say it was just my idea. I think everyone, wanted to do it. It was a question of could we, when would we, and we just said, you know what, let's just do it. And then we decided. Then I looked at who was competing, and it was the idea that winners from previous seasons could take on each other, take on winners from around the world. Certain people who didn't win certain years, we felt we should give them a second chance, but it is supposedly the best of the best, so that should be exciting.
Can you tell me some of the names people will be expecting?
Well, I don't know too much, but I think there'll be a lot of people who come on the show who you're going to recognize, and I think that makes a great competition.
Okay. Heidi told us Susan Boyle will be here.
Yeah, that's no secret. Yeah, Susan is going to be here. And actually, there's something about Susan, because every time I think of Got Talent, I always go back to that first audition with her, and I think she made such a difference on the show throughout the world. So the fact that she's got the guts to come back and compete in the best of the best, it's brilliant.
But here we are at AGT, the champions.
The champions.
How does that feel?
It feels great.
It has to feel particularly good.
It feels great because you get to see people, who I've always been a huge fan of, or I was dying to meet, like Susan Boyle, for example.
Yeah.
Susan
Britain,
Boyle from Britain's Got Talent. She didn't win, but she was a runner-up. And here you have this amazing woman who had nothing to do with the entertainment world and goes onto that stage and blows everyone's mind. Like that is to me what America's Got Talent is all about, and I love that. And I get to see people who I kind of missed and loved, like Sal, for example, who was my golden buzzer a few years ago, So I'm excited to see him again, or the Regurgitator, who's one of,
Sorry?
The Regurgitator.
Sounds like you're saying regurgitator.
Regurgitator. The Regurgitator, one of my absolute favorites. Okay, so he swallows anything and regurgitates it back up. Like, he's done weird things where he swallows like a little cherry tomato, and then he swallows a razor blade in his stomach. He will cut it in half and regurgitate it back up. Or he swallowed my diamond rings before. He swallowed a locket and a key, all separately, and then in his stomach, he moves it around. He does these weird sounds, and he's like, and then he put my ring into the locket, closed it, spat the key back up, then spat the locket back up with my ring inside a locket. Like, he's insane. So he's going to be back. Like, really,
You were dying to see that one again, huh?
I was dying to see that again. I am dying to see that. I love him. I do. It's so weird and unusual and unique what he does. There's no one like him. We get to see so many different acts.
Yeah.
You see ventriloquism, you see jugglers, you see singers,
the best of the best.
magicians, the best of the best. But then, you have someone who like swallows things and regurgitates them back up, and he does this weird act. I love that.